I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to talk about something that just happened to me today. I'm not that offended by it, but I think it's actually kind of funny. I went to looking to renting a studio space in Chicago, and I wasn't going to actually follow through on the deal after this happened because I found it to be a little bit offensive. But fortunately, the right people apologized and it was made okay. The lady that came to take care of us when we went to sign the lease asked a couple questions and we explained what we do and what we want to shoot. We want to shoot Your Black World films there and some projects that we're trying to do. And she said, "So who's going to be coming in, and and who and what are you going to be doing?" And I said, "Well, it's gonna, my brother is also going to shoot some stuff, and there was another guy, a photographer, who was with us." And I said, "It's just us. We might bring some people in, but that's about it." And she said something like, "Well, we can't have a lot of people in here, like 20 people at one time and stuff like that. That's not. I have to talk to the general manager because we can't allow like 20 people in here at one time." And we were sitting there thinking, like, why would she think that we're going to bring 20 people in, and why is she going to got to go talk to the general manager? And what we found out was that a few weeks earlier, there was apparently some guys that had rented some studio space to shoot a rap video, and in the course of shooting the video, they broke a lot of rules. Didn't really. Were just kind of sloppy with it. They brought 50, 60 people in there, women running around in bikinis and high heels and, the standard stuff you see in a lot of rap videos. And, and it was like, and I guess it caused them to have to, break the person's lease and put them out. And it was interesting to me because basically they were giving us this warning because we were black, like the other black people who had done this other thing 2 or 3 weeks earlier, and we were just kind of taken aback, like, whoa, wait a minute, so we don't know these people. We didn't say we knew these people. We have nothing to do with these people. We don't do business with these people. But somehow you think that we are going to do the same thing because they were black and we're black. And honestly, I can say I can't really say I have any sort of deep seated analysis over this. I just tripped out, when it happened. I just sort of sat there. I don't walk around and say, "Well, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and you can't talk to me like that." I don't do that. I wasn't wearing a tie. I looked like just any brother on the street. And I think that now I can say my business manager was more offended because she did have, she's a little more, rough and abrupt. And if she's a nice person, very easy to work with, but she's very tough, very defensive, very protective. And she did call him and said, "Look, I don't know who you thought you were talking to, but you don't talk to us like this, and here's why." But the interesting thing though was, you know, it was just interesting sort of seeing this association that was made, and if I was to really be honest, I would reflect on the fact that I suddenly felt this kind of self consciousness that I really hadn't felt for a long time, and I guess because I'm 43, I don't get treated like a young black man because I'm not a young black man, but I was with a young black man, maybe about 30 years old at the time, and a young black woman who was about the same age, and I think that it was definitely a little bit of a shock. I felt like, okay, how do I respond to this? Do I become outraged? Do I go talk to her manager? Do I explain to her that I'm not that person, that I'm not going to do this? I mean, how do I deal with this in a way that's not enabling her racist behavior by somehow saying, "Well, I'm different from those Negroes, so you shouldn't treat me like this." I'm not into that respectability stuff. At the same time, I do believe in being a respectable person, which I think all of us should be. But at the same time, I don't believe in catering to somebody else's ignorance. And so I would say that we handled it the right way. We did talk to her boss about what happened, and he sounded very, very. He was not only extremely apologetic, but he also sounded like he was very upset by what happened. And so that was just my experience, and I think that it does. It certainly reminds all of us that racism doesn't really go away, no matter how much education you have, how much money you have. I think it also goes back to the importance of supporting black owned businesses. This was a studio that we went to that is not black owned. I want to work with more black people. I work with black filmmakers in Chicago, but I want to work with more black people. And we just, the place that we were recommended to wasn't black, but I want to support more black owned stuff. In fact, if we could do everything black, we would. I believe that that's what we should all try to do. And it was just interesting. It was interesting. I just wanted to share that with you. And again, I know maybe you thought I had something deeper to say about it, but I just thought it was a funny story, to be honest with you. So apparently they thought I was going to have women in bikinis running around with high heels, shooting rap videos because I'm a black man. So you look at me and you can tell I ain't nothing but a thug. So apparently I ain't nothing but a thug. Anyway, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Please take care. God bless. I'm gone.